Welcome to the 168th edition of Make Pro Wrestling Majestic Again. I am Tigerhite.
And I am Peanut Gallery.
So, with drama, there was a hit or miss as it relates to drama. One of them was around some of the credulous retards that are around the Wrestle Talk circle, the Fightful circle, as well. One of them is Ibou from Wrestling Purist, who, if you see this guy, generally, you're just going to get the most retarded thing on God's green earth. Bryan Danielson never fucking said this, and if he did, he would be a moron, because some of the biggest legends in wrestling, they didn't come from wrestling. Like Steve Williams, Vern Gagne, Ron Simmons. None of them were wrestlers before signing.
Right.
Like, seriously, they were never wrestlers. So this is not a thing that exists. Generally, you actually sometimes get the best athletes that come from non-wrestling backgrounds because there is a different discipline to them. It's a mindset. So this is retarded. But once again, because Fightful are run by a moron, they decided to add this absolute brainiac into their general vicinities, and she is placing that Denise bitch. So, Sap, I know you got Denise to fuck you a couple of times. That's why she got her fucking job, because everybody knows she's an untalented hack. The only reason she's there is because she's slightly fucking attractive. This guy is not. I don't believe he's fucking gay. And if you turn him gay, please tell us all. Because somehow you managed to do that. That's going to be absolutely... It's essentially just going to be a gigantic AEW jerk-off sesh. And really nobody wants to watch that because your numbers keep falling over and over and over again.
Hooray.
And don't try to say that they're not, because they are. I see the analytics. Let's talk about the mask.
Oh, yes. I love this. This is just fantastic.
So the mask itself looks awful. It looks like somebody in Pakistan designed it and created it. Literally, the guy's nose is barely peeking out, so you can barely breathe in this stupid thing. Apparently, Satnam Singh was the one who was the model that's wearing the mask, which makes me so happy to think that a former NBA player, another one, Satnam Singh, no wrestling background, former NBA player. Anyway, he's the one who modeled, and this thing is for $50.
You can make that you go to Duran Fabric and make it yourself for like $10.
Yeah, you really can. Just a little bit of sewing stuff. Go on Skillshare, learn how to sew. It's really not all that hard. Make your own hologram mask.
It'll probably still look better than this.
Yeah, like, why is the weird thing separated up here? This is not what Hologram's mask looks like. This is so bad.
Yeah.
And I took this screenshot. This is not a parody. I showed Peanut Gallery the posting. Do you remember this?
Yes.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Well, they make Rey Mysterio masks.
But at least they're high quality.
Yeah,
masks.
they're high quality masks. You get what you fucking pay for.
It does not look like a high quality mask.
No, look at all the pictures. I only got this one screen bad, but look at all the pictures. It's already unthreading. It's really, really bad. In the pictures that they're like, buy this mask. Why did Tony Khan want this character again? Also, we haven't seen him in like 2 weeks. Because it's already an over-bloated mess of a roster.
Yeah.
So, of course, we need this weird hologram character. Stupid. And then I am going to implore Mike Bailey to reconsider joining AEW in any capacity.
Yep.
I'm not saying stay with TNA, and I'm not saying WWE is the quintessential, because, to be honest with you, you will most likely have to go to the developmental to be trained in their style. You don't wrestle in their style, but it's not like that's impossible.
Right.
But I also want to bring this up because from the original tweet that I showed about, these college kids, and that mindset is important here. And I wonder if this is a possible consideration because Mike Bailey might think he's too good for developmental, where the standouts are some of the best wrestlers right now,
Mhm.
continuously putting on great matches.
Mm-hmm.
But it all comes back to discipline. It all comes back to that mindset of, I am going to this new company. They're putting me in this position for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not saying for sure that Mike Bailey was going to go automatically to NXT if he signed with WWE.
He very likely will be in NXT.
He's very likely, but it's not impossible. The Motor City Machine Guns went right up to SmackDown.
Right.
Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa went right to
Yep.
SmackDown. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. And also, Mike Bailey has a very well-known name already in the States. So there's a chance that he could have been signed to Raw and or SmackDown.
Yeah, but
we don't know.
It's very unlikely.
But this would be a very big mistake.
Well, at least Becky Lynch is going back to the WWE.
Well, because she's not a fucking idiot. Now, of Mike,
everyone's so upset about that. It's like, honey, her husband is working.
Her husband is there. She already has this gigantic name behind her,
and then she's already being offered a $10 million contract.
Isn't she also a New York Times bestseller?
Yeah.
And also she already saw what happened to Mercedes Moné, and I don't think she wants that.
Oh, did you see that today? They wish the wrong Mercedes happy birthday.
I did see
on
that.
Twitter, and I think the tweet is still up.
I did see that. I was gonna say something about it, but AEW is such a rinky-dink company. They accidentally wish Mercedes Moné a happy birthday
when it's Mercedes Martinez's birthday.
I'm shocked.
Stellar job. Stellar job.
You think that would be inconsequential, but that really just shows who the fuck is running this company.
Nobody.
Exactly. Who the fuck is running this rinky-dink company? Something so minute. You had a graphic, it goes through, I was going to say it goes through some sort of quality control, but apparently it doesn't.
Okay, they probably had this scheduled. They probably went through all the graphic stuff.
They made a whole graphic for it.
And they didn't even bother to verify, and they probably had multiple days to figure this out.
They probably scheduled it out till next fucking goddamn year. That's so ridiculous. And the birthdays aren't even remotely close. I think Mercedes Moné is born in January or something like that. This is just ridiculous. And I'm sorry, it sounds like a big, gigantic we hate AEW thing, but when they do such small shit like that, and we can predict what's going to happen to one of the best wrestlers this year in Mike Bailey, it's inevitable.
Right.
It's inevitable. I can already predict exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, because we've already seen it happen with Ricochet.
We've seen it happen with Ricochet. We've seen it happen with Will Ospreay. We've seen it, these people are not the stars that you think they are. They're not. And the ratings show it. And yes, ratings are the de facto absolute metric to show if anybody is bringing people in to watch.
Right.
And it's clear that it's not.
Right.
It's not. Now, Bailey, if put in the right position, has every opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
I've been saying forever. He is right now, for me, in the contender for one of the best wrestlers of the year. Just because he's that good this year. He's been that consistently amazing. But this would be such a gigantic mistake.
It would be.
Because everybody, maybe except for Cody Rhodes, essentially had to start from square goddamn one to put themselves back into a much better spot.
Right.
And this is going to happen here? It's going to happen here.
Yeah.
If anytime you go to AEW, you are looked at differently. And then not in a positive way, by the way.
No.
It's always going to be negative.
Right.
And anybody with a brain, anybody in the business of professional wrestling is going to look at that saying, was that the right fucking call?
We're going to talk more about, kind of what the mindset is, with regards to, I think, what's going on with the AEW stars later on in this episode. Is that all that is in for drama?
Yep, that's really it. Like I said, not a whole lot, but a couple of fairly big things that are going on.
Yep.
So when we come back, we have a couple of things in news. Not a lot of news, but a couple of things.
A couple of things.